what was great, the next set of substitutions, Harvey and Diogo Jota coming on, Kieo, brilliant. But, again, Harvey Elliott, great to see him. He can have a really telling impact, I think, for us, particularly in this next month or two when things are getting a little bit busier again. And ultimately, Diogo Jota. Darwin Nunez has had his chance. He's had more than enough opportunities to get himself into get himself in the number 9, go and make that your shirt. It was wonderful just to see Jota come in and make it look pretty effortless.
I'm going to start with Harvey Elliott, because I think there's a part of our fan base which have almost forgotten that we've got Harvey Elliott a little bit, and there's also people questioning where does he come in and where does he play. Not forgetting that, like, Jurgen Klopp absolutely loved him. He played so many games, so many minutes, and probably had a bigger impact than a lot of people realise on some of our biggest seasons under Klopp. Jota, you're right. It's just so refreshing to see I'm not going to say proper striker, because Nunez, that's a bit sly on Nunez, but a proper striker come in and I'm not going
to say it, but I can't think of anything else.
I know exactly where the net is as soon as he comes on. And look, I'm not going to get on Nunez's back in the middle of a season at all, but
it was a good assist.
Yeah, exactly. And look, he's had his chance. You just said it there. I was hoping that when Jota went out with this injury, that Nunez stamped it and made it really, really difficult for Jota to come back in. It's been 2.5 years now. He's had so many minutes. He's had a couple of managers. He's had a lot of time off the fans. I mean, you'll play a simple pass backwards and he'll get his name chanted. Like, just because we all know that his head could go if we get on his back, because it did it early on a little bit. I think Pep Linders spoke about that. He didn't like the stuff that was going on online about him in his early part of his Liverpool career, and we all seen that we're not on his back, and now you literally put the ball out of play and get Nunez shouted. So the fans have had his back. He's had game time, he's had minutes. Don't feel like he stamped his authority. And I think we had this question when we were away. Where do you see Nunez in 18 months, 2 years? Who's the number 9 for Liverpool? Because how old is he? 25. So when you see Nunez at 27 being Liverpool's main striker and one of the best strikers in the league. No.
I mean, look, no, wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. Right now, again, we do this. We go back and forth on Darwin constantly. It's he scores a couple of good games. You're like, okay, yeah, sound, and then he has a few stinkers, and you can't help it. But I mean, you stand in hope that, like, people saw Jackson Martinez as one of the worst centre forwards in the Premier League, and he's found. I mean, he missed an absolute sitter at the weekend for Chelsea, but he's found a degree of. Form. Nicholas Jackson, sorry, not Jackson Martinez. Nicholas Jackson. Jackson Martinez, that long linked Liverpool centre forward. But the point is, he was getting criticism left, right and centre. He's found his form, and he's found goal scoring form. It can happen. I mean, even seeing Højlund for Man United, he's not scoring goals, but he's looking like you can see how he might be a threat for them. But Darwin's mad, because it is a good assist. He works really hard. Jota doesn't score if Darwin doesn't put the shift in that he does in the build up to that. But then Jota takes one touch, takes himself inside, sticks it away, no questions asked, no bother, go and get the ball, crack on. No one bats an eye at Jota's back scoring goals. But we're going to need him now, because we've now seen what the alternative looks like, and we've done well to carry ourselves without Jota. But I mean, we shouldn't be.
But Jota finds that space, doesn't he? As the ball's going through to Nunez, I think Nunez is the further forward of the players, isn't he? And Jota's in that sort of more of a 10 position than anything else. And I think we've seen with Diaz's performance against Manchester City, I think it's unfair to probably look at Diaz's performance at the weekend, but Diaz playing in that sort of false 9 there, you're looking at it and thinking, well, if you've got Mo on the right hand side, which hopefully we'll have for the next couple of years, Nunez just doesn't fit, I don't think, what Slot wants. Whether he's going to be a 25 goal a season striker or not is actually almost irrelevant to me at this point, because Slot didn't buy him, so he has no fucking love lost there. He doesn't have to do it the way that, like, Jurgen might have gone, where he's gone, well, I've spent 80 million on him, I really want him to work, I really like him. Slot's just going to look at it and go, well, he's not the right striker for me, and I kind of just want someone that is.
Michael Edwards and Cole are sitting there going, we didn't sign him.
So, but he's that ultimate example when you're comparing injuries with the other top teams, and if I was treating Liverpool the way I treat Man City and Arsenal when I'm analysing their injuries and the problems they've had, I would be going, you spent 80 million quid on this lad. He should be your first choice. And but in reality, we're looking at going, he's our backup centre forward. Jota's our main man, because stylistically that's clearly the one that Slot wants in there. So he's in some regards he's a mark of great squad depth that we've got in that regard. But also, you're dead right. If you were looking at, like, if Slot was allowed free reign now, if he could have accumulated all the knowledge that he's got and then rewind to the summer now and, like, you know, cheat this a bit and go back and go, right, I now know how this season's going to pan out. I'm going to go and buy the players I really want to buy. You would not be stunned if centre forward was one of the things that he went for.
If he didn't, to be honest, I'd be absolutely stunned if he didn't. Well, because again, it comes back to what Chris was saying. I'm not wholly convinced Jota is also the answer to that question.
Because of his injury record.
Yeah, well, his injury record is a massive point and reason as to why that can't be the case. But I do wonder from the weekend, just sort of bringing it back to that, if roles reverse in that situation and it was Jota finding Nunez in that position, I'm not sure we get the same outcome. And that's kind of where we're at with those two, sort of, and what they're able to bring to the party. But yeah, I think the centre forward conversation.
But equally, sorry, that Luis Diaz header, I did think Darwin Nunez put us.
Probably should have scored a great ball from Szoboszlai in that instance, but no, I think the centre forward conversation is a fascinating one, and B, one that will be happening behind the scenes already, because I don't think Darwin Nunez is the answer by any stretch in terms of the style, as you mentioned there, and the profile of striker that he is, and ultimately the performances and the output. And as you said there, Jota's injury record means he just can't be the answer long term for us.
The good thing is, though, I mean, looking at the bench, we could have changed the entire front three off the substitutes bench, which is a very nice situation to be in now. Good, that's a timely thing for us to have. And in addition, just to circle back to Harvey Elliott, one thing, again, you must have forgotten man for us. I feel like we're dangerous when Harvey Elliott's on the ball. He picks that ball up on the in the right hand channel, tucked inside from Salah, and you're like, what's he going to do? And he's good. He's great in small space, so he'll give and go and receive inside the 18-yard box. And it was when he got that shot off, I was like, good, because again, I still feel like he's a young player, but he's not. He's a senior lad, and he's always conducted himself like a senior player for Liverpool. So there's like a bravery with which you could put a number of players. I don't see Szoboszlai. I mean, it's left-footed, so I don't see Szoboszlai doing that either way. But he's doing things that Dominic Szoboszlai, good game as he had, wasn't doing around the penalty area for us as well. So yeah, look, plenty of encouragement, and rather than this end up being a let's slaughter Darwin Nunez segment entirely, we should definitely be encouraged, Chris, by, we don't know what we're going to get from Chiesa, and he could surprise us all as well, because we don't know what we're getting from him yet. But actually, just if we can just get Jota back for a bit and Elliott back in that side, again, the way it is timely.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, Harvey's definitely got something to give us. I think that shot where he just bends it over, the more I watch it, the more I'm surprised it goes over. It doesn't go in, to be honest with you. And we created those chances, and we continue to create chances. I mean, listen, Salah, if he had a better day, Salah gets 2 goals in that game. That's our player who, unfortunately, we've had to rely on over the last few weeks and stuff, and he wasn't able to give his best, I don't think, at the weekend. And, even late on, there's that one where it ends up Diogo Jota hitting the shot and it bouncing off their thing and going over. Salah's free there. How Diaz doesn't see, and I'm like,
With Van Dijk had to go
before, didn't he?
He's what?
He's half screaming for it.
Well, Diaz is trying to manipulate it and find space, but there's no space in that area. Frustrating.
He hits it first time and it probably goes in and game different, but it's just one of them. What you can't fault is Liverpool's work ethic and how they basically had the best of the game with 10 men and didn't let it affect them in any way, shape or form. And I came out of that game like really sort of defiant, like, this is it. These lads have shown us once again that they're up for a fight for a title this season, and that performance epitomised it for me.